All right, hey, what's going on? This is Dan Keller, your mortgage advisor at New American Funding. I want to welcome you to another episode of Making Sense of the Market. Today is Friday, April 7th. I'm going to keep the commentary short today because I'm going to include a video interview that I conducted last week with Jeff Sipes, the owner of Blue Water Credit. Tons of great information, but I do want to talk with you about something that's really important right now. So the jobs report came out today, and it was ridiculously off mark. So you can see right here, the market opened up high, and then it's corrected itself now. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so the market's about closed. So I purposely am doing this video this late in the day so you can see that the market's kind of corrected itself, and that's going to explain what's going on right now. So today was a big day. The jobs number for March was released, and it missed huge. It literally missed expectations by 100,000 new jobs created. So now the reason why the market's not completely reacting positively to this is because, check this out, part of the jobs report, our review of the unemployment numbers, and we've got the lowest unemployment rate since May of 2000, I think it's 2007. This is the typo on the screen. That's big news. That's really good news. And then the hourly average rate grew by 0.02%. So take a look at this chart real quick. So the arrow right here is pointing to today's jobs report. So in the last 2-3 years, we've only had 2 months where jobs have really come in at this marker low. So we've got some explaining to do. I'll do some follow-up. I'll get you some follow-up information on this. But right now, I want you, this is not something I like talking about, but I want you to pay close attention to what in the heck is going on in Syria. There are fundamentals that cause the market to move, and then there are events, worldwide events that we can't control that causes the market to move. Anytime we have natural disasters or war, it causes the bond market to improve and rates improve as a result. I think what's going on over in Syria right now is sad. However, as a result of that, we're probably going to see some stability in lower 30-year fixed rates for the time being. So just a kind of a review of the market, we're seeing government rates still in the upper threes. And then again, these are not quotes, but depending on your credit score and depending on your down payment, etc., we're seeing conventional loans anywhere between 4.25, 4.125, and 4.375. Okay, so I want to tee it up for Jeff Sipes. He's going to talk about ways that you can add points, 100 points to your credit score if needed. So stay tuned for Jeff, and let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you following me every single week, and I hope you're getting value from this information. I'm excited because I've got Jeff Sipes, owner of Blue Water Credit. Really excited to have you back with me today. The last video we did on, we talked about the algorithm, the credit scoring algorithm, and the importance of FICO versus the algorithm that Credit Karma. That video, not only did it get a lot of views, but it got a lot of traction in regards to people calling me and saying, hey, thank you for that information. So I was like, hey man, I just called Jeff and I had him share the info. So thank you, Jeff, for sending out that info for us, man.
Yeah, you bet. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, so we're here again today, and this is a big topic because I do a lot of, and this is relevant to not only just the first-time home buyers that I work with, but more so anyone in general. And so the topic today is Jeff's going to talk about 5 tips to improve your credit score by 100 points. And so, for example, someone like myself, I don't need 100 points. I think last time I checked, we were like 756, 758. That's a good credit score. However, me being the perfectionist that I am, I'm always looking for that edge. Why don't I have a 780? And so I'm really curious to see what you have to say. So why don't you take it away, Jeff?
You bet. So I'll make it brief for everybody's sake of time. So number one is you want to pay down debt, credit card debt especially. A maxed out credit card can affect your score up to 45 points. Okay. So to have the highest credit score possible, you want to have balances on your credit cards between 1 and 10%. Okay. The second tip is federal tax liens now can be removed from a credit report if they're paid off or in repayment and the balance is under $25,000. Okay. Third tip is if you have an authorized user account on your credit, you're an authorized user to someone else's credit card, okay, and that credit card has a high balance or there's late payments on it, you want to have the person that owns the card, the cardholder, call in and remove you from that credit card. That'll definitely boost the score. Okay. Fourth, you want to only apply for credit when absolutely necessary. So when you apply for credit, there's going to be a credit inquiry, which affects the score up to 5 points. And then FICO does lower your score for having a new account. And then lastly, if you don't have any open credit cards, I definitely recommend opening up a secured card and then only using up to 10% of the limit on that each month and then paying it off.
Okay. So let's go back to authorized users. So the old kind of a strategy that we use in the mortgage industry, if somebody has poor credit or very limited credit, hey, call up your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister and get them to add you to a credit card account as an authorized user. Does that still work? Is that still relevant in today's FICO model?
It will. So not for sake of time, Dan, there's 56 scoring models that FICO uses.
Okay.
And so the newer scoring models, they're not going to give you any bonus points for adding as an authorized user.
Okay.
But for the mortgage industry, adding as an authorized user to an old account with a low balance will definitely give a credit score a jump.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Well, I have to give you guys a huge shout out. So Les Cutting, one of the top real estate professionals that I work with here in the Seattle marketplace, he introduced me to one of his clients. It was probably about 6 months ago. And she came in, and I have her stats right here. She came into us with a 572 credit score. There wasn't really much we could do to help her out other than referring her over to you guys. You guys spent less than 2 months with her, got her from a 572 to a 648. She just closed on her house 2 weeks ago, and she's the happiest person in the Northwest right now. So one, I want to say thank you to you guys too. This is a really good example of some of the things that you guys do to help people improve their credit scores and clean up their credit reports. So, hey man, I just want to say thank you for your time today. This was a nice quick tidbit, and we'll have you back. I know you have a couple of other things we were talking about. We'll have you back here in the next week or so when you get back from vacation, okay?
All right. Thanks, Dan.
All right, buddy.
Have a great day, everybody.
Yep, take care.
All right, bye.